Okay, family, we are back again. And you know how we do it, right? Once we are back like this, just know, say, hey, matters are rising. Please hit the like button for me. And those of you who have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? I mean, what is the wait for? Hit the subscribe button and come on board. Don't be outside the box now. Be inside. Let's have conversation. You see, ECOWAS, right now as I'm speaking to you, look like they are coming back to their thing. You see, Mahama, I know that he will influence ECOWAS and he is influencing ECOWAS. That is a fact. There is an application submitted to ECOWAS by a group called GIABA. Who get to know what this group is about. This application contains a recommendation by this group called GIABA concerning the Sahel. Now, the ECOWAS leaders, none of them is talking about the application. The application has been there. Everybody is just looking at the application, because approving the application simply means that, oh, we are bringing, AES on board. We are bringing Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on board. We are building bridge instead of the wall we want to build. So the application is there because of their pride. Everybody wants to show power. We are ECOWAS. We are ECOWAS. How can you come out and then they don't want to sign the application? The application have been there looking at their faces. Now, consistent call by the president of Ghana that, look, we cannot continue trying to mold wall around ourselves. Let's build bridge. At this point, what we need is to connect the Sahel and ECOWAS together. If they don't want to come to ECOWAS, then we leave the Sahel to be Sahel, AES, as they are, and we build bridge. We continue normal activities to make sure that our region is safe. Because ECOWAS, AES, or QYZ, whatever it is, the main purpose of our existence in this part of the region is peace and security for our people, prosperity for our people. So we need to work together. And when somebody's house is on fire, just understand that when the fire is done consuming that person's house, it's coming down to you. So we all need to bring water together, quench the fire so that we are not consumed. Now, to our greatest surprise, ECOWAS has approved the application bringing Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on board. And what amazed me the most is that I wanted to bring this group on board so that we have conversation about the group. I want to ask some few questions that we have this group and this is their mandate and their purpose. And we are having these things going on the continent of Africa. It looks like they are not in existence. Many people don't even know about the group because their voice is not heard. You don't know whether you don't know about their activities. It's just like they are shadow band kind of thing like that. So I wanted to bring the group on board. We have conversation. Then boom, I came up with this update and I said, okay, then it's beautiful. It just came fresh. So the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has officially approved that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger can join GIABA, but not as full ECOWAS members. They are joining as non-member states. We'll get down into detail and you understand. When this group is one arm of ECOWAS, okay, is an arm of ECOWAS. When Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso move out of ECOWAS, automatically they are out of GIABA also, because the group and ECOWAS, it's just like ECOWAS and with one hand doing something else, okay, or something in regards to the peace and security of the continent. But so the moment you are out of this group also, because of the link between the group and ECOWAS. Now let's find out what the group is up to. What is this group about? This GIABA. GIABA. What is the group about? GIABA is the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, a regional organization that helps countries work together to fight money laundering, terrorism financing. That part is where our conversation is very, very important. Terrorism financing and other financial crimes in the region. It was created under ECOWAS and has traditionally been made up of ECOWAS countries. So ECOWAS countries came together and pulled this group out to make sure that any group at all that is financing terrorism in our regions, this group, GIABA, will crack on them. Money laundering activities in the region, that is one arm of ECOWAS that will deal with it. Anybody in the region committing financial crime, that means maybe you are funding, let's say, dangerous drugs in our regions. You are using your money to create, to harm people in our country or in our regions. This group is in charge. Now ask yourself this question before we move forward. This group have been in existence, and this one, terrorism financing, we were here on the continent. We hear outside the continent that some people are funding some individuals. You know that story, right? That group thing from the United States, that video that went viral. Some claim came out that part of the USAID is funding some individuals. This group did not come out to make any statement because you are in charge of that, making sure that any group financing terrorism, you will deal with it. But this group never came out. There are other allegations that we are going to deal with. This group never came out of people. I mean, allegation of people who are funding stateless people in our region. This group, we don't know, not even investigation. I don't know. Anyway, now, why GIABA can still include AES since they are part of ECOWAS? Even though AES no longer part of ECOWAS, GIABA's rules allow it to accept non-member states if they meet requirements. So they can accept you even though you are not part of ECOWAS, but they cannot accept you without ECOWAS approval. ECOWAS need to approve before you will be accepted. Beautiful. This is the reason behind the backing of ECOWAS leaders. They did not just wake up and they decide that, oh, let's bring, how do you call it, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on board. No, it was backed by ECOWAS officials because the decision came after GIABA's main decision-making body or decision-making group, which is the Ministerial Committee, review and recommended these applications to ECOWAS leaders for approval. So they came together and said, look, we need to bring Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on board since we are all in the region and everything concerning the region, it concerns them also. So they need to be on board, although not part of ECOWAS. Allow us to bring them on board so that we can work together with them in curing these financial crimes in our region. The application have been there. But after the call of John Dramani Mahama, even on the 15th, he went to Nigeria and made that call again. Then ECOWAS has no choice. And they approved the application, bringing AES on board. Now, before I even talk about this, AES agree. You know, they say, look, they don't have any problem. They agree to work with them. If it means helping them to make sure that the financial crime, is out of our region or whatever it is, no problem. So long as they will play their role and champion their mandate of making sure that the financial crimes in our regions stop, they don't have any problem with it. They are cool with it. They accepted it. Beautiful. Now, this group in particular have a problem. Many of you remember this man. He is now the defense minister of Nigeria. He accused some NGOs in Nigeria of funding these stateless people. We have reports coming out. If you find this one right now, is here. Funding for terror-linked NGOs through US-registered charities and financial service providers. When you read the details, NGOs are having problem. Their issues are not clear. When you look at this one, even the United States, this one is coming from African News. United States itself imposes sanctions on Palestinian NGO and 5 charities over alleged terrorism funding. So the NGOs have a pattern of dealing with these people. GIABA was nowhere to be found in dealing with these NGOs. And these NGOs, many of them operate in ECOWAS region. They are in Nigeria. They are in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. It takes Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso single-handedly to say, no, we are dealing with these NGOs. No NGO will be in our country as we are trying to fight terrorism and they will be funding terrorism. No. So they are scrutinizing the NGOs. It tells you that this group in particular, right now, as we are talking about, what is it? GIABA is not helping doing the job they are supposed to do. Just like ECOWAS, their arm is also collapsed. Because if you are, like, I'm a young man here, if I throw punch right now, you go feel them. But once I'm old and my strength is failing me, the punch, I can't throw it. Even if I throw it, you will not feel it. So long as this group is part of ECOWAS, is one arm of ECOWAS. If ECOWAS is weak, the group will also be weak. You understand? Because the arm work together with the body. So in this conversation, what we are taking out and what is the good news for us is that it is a good thing that ECOWAS is now trying to build bridge between AES rather than building walls, isolation and banter. At least they are considering working with them. That one is a good start for all of us. That alone is a healing process for the region. It will help the region a lot. So you can see that John Dramani Mahama I mean, through his constant call that on let's build bridge and in things, it's working. Because this application was not just submitted and ECOWAS signed it. The application has been there. They were watching the application. Who is going to sign it? Because they want to show power. They want to show that, hey, we are ECOWAS, we are ECOWAS. But, I mean, whether you show that you are ECOWAS or not, we have been affected on the continent already. We have been affected in the region already. So we need to work together regardless of who is part of ECOWAS, who is not part of ECOWAS. We need to come together and work together to fix the problem together. And one thing ECOWAS needs to also understand is that whether Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they are now officially part of GIABA. The truth is that the mandate bestowed on GIABA is not working. They are already facing their problem. That is one thing ECOWAS need to understand. You have failed to fix those problems. They are facing the problem. The actions that Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso is taking against any group at all, being that they suspect that you are funding terrorism, they are dealing with them. In Nigeria, NGOs are working freely. What is the action taken against the NGOs? Many of the NGOs, they are still in Nigeria. In Nigeria, this group is available, but we saw helicopters coming from, whatever, supplying things in the bush. You watch those videos. Where is this group, GIABA? Where is it? Where is the group? Here it is. Where is it? And this thing happened in Nigeria, the land of ECOWAS. Where was this group? This group did not come out to say, we saw helicopter coming and supplying things in the bush. The helicopter does not belong to Nigeria. Well, from this helicopter, then let's do an investigation. When in the United States, the news came out all over that some funding is moving from there, going to some places that right? This group was nowhere to be found. We don't know where, so... This is another innovative group, by the way. But what is good is that Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on board one way or the other. That alone is a good start for the entire region. Anyway, opinions are different. Let me know your thoughts, what you think about this. You believe it's a good move by ECOWAS, and I think it's good, right? So drop your thought in the comment section and then let's have conversation there. Don't forget to like the video, by the way. Respect. See you in the next episode.